Everything's bad.
Should I hit the panic button?
You should hit the panic button.
I don't actually have
because
a panic button.
Oh man, I thought you had like those little staples button like right there.
And the season's over.
I'm not ready to say that, but man, the calf giveth and the calf taketh away. While you get news that Michael Gallup is looking good, he's on track, should be good to go, good to play. And I just tweeted this out in case you didn't hear the press conference. Mike McCarthy said, Randy Gregory injured his calf yesterday during practice. It is a multiple week injury. He could go on IR. They have not made that determination yet.
He has been so good at getting pressure. Like
Yes.
he's been everything we thought he could be,
Yep.
all the years that we had him.
Yep.
He has been that dude for you this season. And now I'm looking at this going, all right, Basham, you got Dorrance Armstrong, Kamara, we talk about Chauncey Golson. You have a lot of guys that are okay at it, but what he has been able to apply has been, I really don't think you could put a value on it. Kind of like this Jerry Jones bottle that we have here, Kevin. But the
value is an interesting word. Can we pause on that for just 1 second? Because Mike McCarthy talked a lot about like how it hurts the team. But man, you heard even further how he feels bad for the person himself. Because if you think about it for Randy Gregory, this was a big money year for him. And it can obviously still be a big money year. But if you lose 3 games in the midst of it, that sucks for somebody who's had to miss a lot of time for a variety of reasons. Right. Like your leverage, I just don't know.
I guess it could help the Cowboys in overall finances. It doesn't help them try to get a 1 seed or maybe be, set up for a good run in the playoffs. I mean, hey, it's going to be tough to win in the playoffs no matter what. It's always easier, obviously, if you're the 1 seed, the 2 seed, you can get home field until you get to possibly the championship game. But I just look at it and this is part of the NFL season. And hopefully you can win two or three games here with who is out, and it's going to be very tough. But hopefully you can. The last time this happened, Micah Parsons had a huge game.
He did.
And maybe Micah Parsons can just step into it where we're arguing on Monday. He's great at linebacker, but why don't we just use him in this position? Who knows? Or it goes, gosh, yeah, you kind of want to surprise him more instead of line him up there all the time. Who knows?
And I'm intrigued by this question. We're in big picture scenario, need Randy in the playoffs, get him 110% healthy. He'll make his money in the playoffs. I agree to a point about the big picture scenario. I just wonder, and I know there are plenty of people around here that believe the Falcons are already going to be a difficult challenge for the Cowboys. And just, not that this will happen, but if you were to lose, that would be back-to-back weeks in which you were favored by a combined 19 points. And you ended up losing both of those games. Not that I think you're going to lose the division, but to Mike's point about how difficult it is to win in the playoffs, if you're looking big picture, I do absolutely fear the concept of hosting the Rams, going on the road against the Packers, going on the road against the Cardinals. Like, that is something not like my ideal run to the playoffs. Corey, I know you would support that because that would be quite the historic run to the playoffs, but I don't like
He hates Tom Brady so much, I think he left out playing Tampa in the playoffs. They somehow
Tampa lost along the way. This is my scenario.
Kevin, I'm just looking at the depth chart right now and all the health designations that this team has. There is a Q or an IR or an O by like almost every name. Here, I'm just going to run through the Qs, IRs, and Os on this team.
This is not going to make us happy.
All the Qs: Ezekiel Elliott, Amari Cooper, Cedric Wilson, Tyron Smith, Corey Clement. All right, that's just on the offensive side of the ball. C.J. Goodwin, Randy Gregory, actually, which that one's now out. And then, and that's it for the Qs.
Okay.
IR. Rico Dowdle, Michael Gallup, Blake Jarwin, Josh Ball, DeMarcus Lawrence, Neville Gallimore, Brent Urban, Reggie Robinson, Kennedy, Jabril Cox, Siwo Olonilu.
Nailed it.
And Hunter. Like, it's just, this team is riddled with injuries, and we had to deal with a game with Dak out recently. It's just, sometimes in a season you have to go through these. Sometimes you have the magical healthy season. and the Cowboys don't have the magical healthy season going for them.